Welcome to Hibane AI Academy. Today's class is on AI voice agents. Let's dive in.
All right, so you're welcome to today's session. And today we'll be discussing something important as well, and that is how to create AI agents, right? And what it means. Okay, so let me switch this to present view. Okay. Okay, so I was saying today we are going to be looking into how to create AI agents. So we are going to be, we try to understand what AI agents are and how they come in to help optimize different aspects of business processes, especially when it comes to customer service engagement and information handling, right? So just for conversation's sake, have you come across voice agents before on any platform? Do you understand what it means and what they do?
To be frank, this is my kind of first time, but the
Okay.
only experience I had is when using the computer, this speech to speech on the keyboard, using maybe if I press my shift control key, something like that. I knew I've come across that using the computer, but voice agent, no, I haven't.
Okay. No, it's fine. So voice agents are like human interface between a, a service or a process. Just like you're talking to me as myself and you are having a conversation during this session, for example. You can ask me a question and I'll provide an answer. I can ask you a question just like I said now, and just like I asked, and you provide me an answer, right? Now, the answer you provide me, how were you able to, the response you just gave me now of your experience with the shift keyboard, how were you able to give me that response? You're able to give me that response because you had that experience. So there is some kind of knowledge bank where, as a human being in your brain, you're able to pull information from based on what you have learned, based on what you have come across in the past, right? So the same thing with how AI agent works, right? So AI agents can be in two ways. There are AI agents that are text agents, and there are AI agents that are voice agents. For example, your ChatGPT, when you are just typing a question and it provides a response to you, that's a text agent. But you know, ChatGPT also has a voice agent whereby you ask your question by voice interface. You ask the AI interface a question, it records your voice and gives you a response back by reading it out as well, not as a text. You are aware of that, right?
Yes, sir, I am aware of it.
Okay, fantastic. So that's what we are talking about, whereby you're able to communicate with artificial intelligence via the use of voices instead of use of text. You with me? However, there are things that go on behind it. There are setups, there is processes that goes on that makes that to be achievable, right? So we're just going to break it down. So what the system does for a AI voice agent is that it's not that you are talking to a human being, you are talking to an AI machine that has been created, right? That machine has been given an identity. And based on the training that has been given that AI, that machine, is able to give you responses to your question, right? There are AI agents that are Gen AI, they are general purpose AI. They can answer questions on different things, just like when you're chatting with ChatGPT or when you're conversing with Gemini or Grok or Cloud, any of these general purpose AI. And there are also AI agents that are dedicated for a particular service. For example, which is a use case we are going to use during our session today. We are going to be using the platform we created for you last week for JabJ, for your fitness center, right? We are going to create an agent that will be able to answer questions about the service that you provide. So imagine, so you have a contact number as the person that runs the business, or let's say you have a customer service person, but that person is not available 24/7, right? That person is not
Yes,
available 24/7. That person
yes.
is only available for a period
For
of time.
time, yes.
At night, the person goes to bed. So what happens when customers send you messages or they are making inquiries? That means you are going to lose deals, you are going to lose, might not be able to respond to people. And some people will just leave you message on WhatsApp, then you come back to check it. By the time you see it during the day, maybe they've already moved on to another service provider. But imagine you have an AI agent on your platform whereby 24/7, they can chat with that agent, they can ask questions, and answers will be provided to them. All right? That's why
Yes.
this is important for us to learn. So what happens is the agent listens to whatever question a user is asking, is able to interpret it to understand what the person is asking. Then it's going to use, based on what AI model your agent is based on, is going to think and give a response based on the question that you have asked, right? That's basically the value chain from beginning to end. But the only difference is instead of the text that we are used to, like you can ask ChatGPT something by text, it responds to you, right? You can ask Gemini something by text, it responds to you. But this time around, we are talking about voice communication, right? And we are going to do a test case and a live scenario to see how it works. All right. So it is applicable in different industries from real estate to fintech to booking appointment to serving as customer service to serving as a knowledge base for product or services. You can apply, voice agents in different scenarios. Now, so before we go into creating it or looking at the architecture and what is involved, let's go through what happens, right? So the user, whoever is communicating with the AI agent, speaks into a microphone on their device, maybe on their phone or on their PC or on their tab. Then what you have spoken in words as your voice, the engine is able to translate it into text. The AI interprets it, provides a response for you, then provide that response back in a voice and play it out for you, right? That's basically the summary. So you provide a request via voice control. The AI agent gives you the same request back as a voice. So what that means is just like the way I speak is different from the way you speak. The way a child speaks different from the way an adult to speak. A female voice sometimes is different from a male voice. Even different males will speak in different ways. people from different places will speak with different dialects and tones. Somebody from Nigeria speaks differently from somebody that is from Cote d'Ivoire or somebody that is from the UK or the United States. The same way we have to think of it when we are creating our AI agents, we have to be able to give it a personality, and that personality is what will guide how that agent is going to be responding to questions, which we will see as we go on during the session. Right. So before we go into the architecture of creating the agents, we have to define what the AI agent is going to be doing. We have to define the scope. We have to define what it's going to be doing, right? You have to be able to provide, what do you call it? Let me hide this. You have to be able to provide guidance to it, right? Just like somebody that studied chemical engineering is expected to be knowledgeable in that field, as against somebody that studied medicine, who is a medical doctor, right? So if I have a medical condition, I ask the medical doctor. If I have an engineering question, I ask an engineer, right? So you define what you want your AI agents to be doing, right? So, but there are some, in the case of general purpose, that cuts across fields, and those are larger models. But that's not the purpose of our session today. Our session today is dedicated AI agents that is able to address different services that a business provides or that a person provides.
Welcome, Mr. Godwin. Welcome, Mr. Lawrence. Welcome, Mrs. Bisola. You're welcome.
All right. So for the purpose of our session today, so we are going to use JAVJ as JAVJ Fitness Center as an example, right? So the first step we are going to do is to define what our agent is going to do, how it's going to speak, and what it will be responsible, what we'll be using it for, right? Because this is the basis of creating our AI agents, because that is what will determine the kind of knowledge the agent will have and is able to provide a response. That's what will determine how it will respond to question, right? Now, the first thing is, this is just an example. This can vary based on what we want to, what we are creating. But for the purpose of this session, we are just going to use this as guide, right? So we said the agent is going to be responsible for welcoming callers and website visitors, answer common questions about JAVD Fitness Center, clearly explain services, fitness, therapy, and boot camps, motivate users towards a healthier lifestyle, and direct users to human staff when needed, right? So let's say, for example, the person chats and say, okay, I'll prefer to chat with a human agent or directly with a human person. They can redirect them either to WhatsApp or provide a contact number, right? Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's take it one by one. So let's go back to our platform. So this JAVJ, which we created last week. Now we're going to prompt. So one of the advantages of Lovable that we have been using is that it comes attached with inbuilt rather. It comes inbuilt with the AI engine called Claude. Claude is C-L-A-U-D. Claude is one of the top AI models out there that we have, right? It's powered by Sonnet 4.1, right? Now, if we're using another platform, we'll have been connecting via API to the AI engine, but Lovable already has that input. So we just need to prompt to create what we want to create. So this is the first thing we are going to do. So I'm going to create a prompt and say, I will say together, create
Yes.
a voice
Yes, we are.
AI agent for Jaft J. Full stop. Then I'll come here and copy what our purpose is. It is very important. The Jaft J AI voice agent experience to do this. I'll copy this and paste it here, right? Then remember again, for purpose of clarity, we are going to use the chat option, then I'm going to send. So it's going to create a plan for us to create this. Now, why is doing that? The next thing that we need to do is to create a personality and tone for your AI agent. Now, I will explain why this is important. Now, if you're speaking to somebody that is in customer service, the way the person will respond to you, or let's say, for example, you walk into an office, a common trend you will notice is the front desk person or whoever the customer service person is the first person you're going to meet when you get into the organization, even before you talk to any of the sales or business development staff, right? And a trend or a best practice is the person has to have an amiable ambience, somebody that smiles, has a welcoming uh, demeanor, somebody that is able to converse well, that can communicate, right? The same thing that you translate into your AI agent. Remember, you are not, in the case of having a human customer service person, you are transferring that responsibility to your AI agent, or you are implementing an AI agent to support or be an additional tool for your customer service person. Therefore, you do this that work, right? So that means you need to create a personality for your AI agent, right? And for the purpose of this class, we want to create an agent that is friendly and welcoming. That's what we want to use. Energetic but calm, professional and trustworthy, motivational and not aggressive, clear and simple in explanation, right? Now, why did we break this down into this? Because these are traits that you want to have just as if you're talking to a human person. The person needs to be professional. It needs to speak in a tone that people want to listen. You don't want somebody that will be aggressive when they are talking while passing an information. So all this goes into creating the personality for your AI agent, right? Now, what we are trying to avoid is having creating an AI agent if we are not licensed to do so, to provide medical diagnosis, right? Remember, for the purpose of what we are creating, JAFG is not an hospital, it's not a medical center, right? But it's providing services that has to do with health, wellness, but it's not an hospital. So we don't want our AI agent asking questions. Somebody says, I have a broken leg now. What do you advise? That is not the purpose of what JAFG has been set up for. If it was a medical center or if it is an hospital, we have licensed doctor that will have provided the knowledge base for us to say, okay, when this happens, this is what you're supposed to do. Are you getting what we are saying? All this is going into part one of what you call training your AI. You are training it in the sense that you want it to have a knowledge of what it's supposed to do, just like you go to school to learn a particular skill, or you go to a technical center to learn a particular trade, right? Just like somebody goes to learn how to barb. The person is a barber. He can answer questions or do anything that has to do with barbing. He's not going to answer question about tailoring because it's not going to be accurate. That is not the person's field. Are we together? Are we together?
Yes, we're together, sir.
All right. Give me a minute, please. Let me quickly do something. Are we together? Hello,
Yes,
are
we're
we together?
together, sir.
All right. So you get the idea behind it. So we are not just creating out of the sky, out of the blue. We are creating based on, what is required, right? One minute. Let me. Okay, so let's go back to our platform and see. All right. So now 11 here you see that it's saying connect 11 labs, right? We are not going to use 11 labs because Lovable comes with an inbuilt AI system. So I'm going to prompt to say use the Lovable inbuilt AI, not 11 labs. While that is working. So now I've created these prompts to guide the behavior, the tone, and how the AI agent is going to be responding. Remember, we did prompt engineering, so I want us to analyze it together. If there is something you think we should take out, if there is something you think we should add, right? So the prompt is, you are Jabde AI, the official AI voice assistant for Jabde Fitness Center. You are friendly, energetic, and professional. You welcome users warmly and answer questions clearly using simple language. You specialize in explaining JabJ's services, which include fitness training, therapy services, and fitness boot camps. You motivate users towards LD realistic fitness goals. You keep spoken responses under 30 seconds. Sound natural and human and avoid medical diagnosis. If a question is outside your knowledge, you probably say so and offer to connect the user with a human staff member. Right. So I want somebody to unmute and let's analyze this together. What do you think we should add, or do you think we should take out anything? Johnson, since it's your project we are using as case study, so I want you to unmute and respond. You are the service provider, so you know more about the service more than me. Do you want to provide more context?
Yeah. For now, I think I'll just go with this because with the way we're building this is really giving me more strike edge. But let's go with the simple one so that the explanation will be very, very okay.
All right, fantastic. So let's copy this. So it has created a plan. So let's go through it together, Johnson, to be sure that it covers what we want to do. So first of all, it does a welcome message, right? We have personal training, fitness, sports, therapy, physical rehabilitation, flexibility and mobility session, the boot camp, 4-week transformation, weekend. I mean, it's a test case, so we can always okay, so Godwin, which of the prompts are you talking about now? Hello, Godwin. Okay, the current one. All right. So I'm going to drop any prompt we are using. I'm going to drop it in our chat box so you can have it in your own database. So let's go back to the first one that we use. So let's do this one first. First prompt. right? So let's go back to analyzing what it has done. So it has given us an architecture. So the voice agent floats or in the header. So it floats, it can be at the bottom here or it's at the header. Mic icon to start listening, visual feedback, text display, that's fine. Speak recognition, that's fine. So this is the part I want us to look at again. So the user experience flow. Now, the user taps the microphone button. Then the AI engine opens with, I am Jabji's AI assistant. Type the mic to talk to me. Then the user taps the mic and the agent starts listening. User speaks, what FishNet classes do you offer? Speech is transcribed and shown in text. AI processes and response. AI response plays via a text to speech. User can continue this conversation or close, right? So that's fine. So it's giving us an opening message that users will see when they open the AI agent. So you say, welcome to JabJ, and so on and so forth. We can always refine this later if we are not fine with it, right? So let's go and say we implement plan. So while that is going on, let's go back to our slide. Are we still together?
Yes.
All right. Now, a very, very important part of training our AI, because this is you can call it a bespoke agent. Just like you go, if you want to buy let's say you want to buy a shirt or a suit or a trousers or a shoe, whatever, you have two options. You can go into the mall, go into a fashion store, buy a shoe that is your size, choose color you like it, you buy. Buy a shirt that is your size, it fits, is your size, you pay, you leave. The other option is what you call a bespoke fashion item. That way, if it's a clothing item, you go to a fashion designer. You say, oh, I want this type of shirt. You tell them the color. You can even choose the type of material. You choose the design you want, and they measure you and sew your clothes based on the requirements that you have. As against just going to a fashion store to buy a ready-made shirt. So that's the difference between bespoke and off the counter. So what we are doing now is bespoke. Bespoke in the sense that we are creating the agent specifically for JabG. So that means we need to train the agent to understand what JabJ does, the services it provides, all the information that has to do with JabJ. And that's what brings us to the next thing, which is what you call a knowledge base or a background. It's like sending the AI to school to say, go and learn about JabJ services. And how do we do that? We provide information about the services that JabJ offers, right? Now, the question you then ask is what happens when those services changes? What you do is you update the knowledge base or the memory of the AI so it's able to have the latest information that you have, right? So the first thing is about JabG, what their date does. I've just created this based on, Johnson is the owner of the business, can always refine that. But for the purpose of training, we are going with this about JabG, the fitness services, what the fitness service is about, what the therapy service is about, and what the fitness boot camp is about. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy all this knowledge and prompt our AI engine to add it to the knowledge base. So this is what we are going to do. I will come here. So let's see if this is done. So let's click get started. So this is our this button that shows the voice sign is our AI agent. So let's test and see what has been created. We have not created the memory base, so let's just see that the voice works. So I click it. Let me hide this. Hide floating panel. So now I talk, I say, hello.
How far? Welcome to Jaff DJ Fitness Center. I'm Jaff DJ Assistant. I'm so glad you're here to kickstart your fitness journey today. What can I help you with?
Did you guys hear the voice response?
Yes.
All right. So what did you notice? Did you notice anything? Hello?
Yes, sir.
So I realized that whatever the instruction was that was added to the header, the voice header is what the AI assistant responded to or said. So it's a prompt that you give the AI that will be given to the person who will visit the site.
All right, give me a minute, please. Let me quickly attend to something. Just a minute. So, as I was saying, Lawrence, you were trying to say something. I asked if we noticed anything. So Lawrence was trying to say something. Lawrence,
Yes, sir.
go ahead. You were trying to explain something.
Yes, regarding the prompt, the voice, I'm like, whatever that was given to the voice header is what it said. So it means that how you feed the header is the kind of prompt somebody is likely to get when they open the mic.
Yes, absolutely. We are the one creating it. So it's what we create that will be there. For example, now let me delete this conversation. This is what we told it to do, right? If we want to change what is here, we'll just come over here and prompt the AI engine to change it for us, right? Now, that's not even the what you noticed that I wanted. You will see that the way it responded, it just chose any type of voice. We didn't tell it to choose female or male. It chose a female. And his response was alpha. That's not English. That's pidgin. If we want it that way, we can leave it. If we don't want it that way, we can say it should be more professional than that. Do you understand? So that's why I said we have to create a tone on how it is going to respond to our messages. Are we together?
Yes.
Are we together?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. So I'll prefer a different response. So I'm just going to prompt and say, refine the personality of the of the voice agent on such that responses
True.
are provided in English. And the response should begin with "Hey there," not "How far." Do we understand what I'm trying to do?
Yes, sir.
All right. So I'm going to do that. So let's wait for that to happen. So I'm going to copy the knowledge base that we have. So about JAPJ, I'm going to copy this. Let me open MS Word so I can copy them together. So I'm going to copy the next one, fitness service. I'm going to copy the next one, therapy book camp. I'm going to copy all of it. Come here. So let's see what. So it says, so before you have Nigerian Pidgin, Alpha, right? So which is informal. So we are changing it to clear standard English. Always say a dear. So let's implement that. Then we'll now try it again. So any questions so far? Any
Not really.
questions so far?
Not really, sir.
Okay. All right. So the next thing, why this is going on, is that what happens. Remember, during our last session, we were talking about logic, right? So the same thing applies in this case. Remember when I was at the introduction stage today, we were talking about the fact that you want to be able to engage with customer 24 hours of the day. You don't want to lose leads. You don't want to keep any customer waiting. That's an advantage of having these AI agents. So even when you are sleeping, they are responding to customer inquiries for you. But remember, during our previous class, I have mentioned several times that the fact that we are building with AI doesn't mean the artificial intelligence can read our mind. If you don't prompt for it to happen, it is not going to happen. It's just going to assume. So a critical part of this is that, remember, they are talking to a machine, not a human being. You that you are the human being in charge of this, of the platform, how will you know the conversations that has gone on with the AI agent, and how are you going to be able to respond? Let's say somebody comes here and asks about your boot camp, and based on the knowledge base, the AI has responded that, oh, this is the price of our boot camp, this is how to apply, and so on and so forth. How will you follow up with that person? How will you be able to contact the person that, oh, we saw that you made an inquiry concerning this service and this service and that service? How are you going to be able to get that information and store it, right? That's where logic comes in. So what you then need is what you call an admin dashboard, where all the conversations that happen with the AI agents is stored. That's one. You are able to store that information. Then you also need to have a notification set up that goes to the admin email, so that whatever conversation is being had, once that conversation ends, the admin is able to receive email notification and say that, okay, there was a request about this. Then they go to the dashboard and they're able to see it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
It does, right?
Yes, it does, sir.
All right. So let's continue. I'm putting that out there because we are going to create an admin dashboard before we what's it called? Before we finish the class. So, and not just for your AI agents. If you're creating, so let me throw it out there. We know the difference between a website and a web app? Can anybody tell us the difference? If you say you have a website and you have a web app, what's the difference? Hello?
Okay, hello, sir.
Please go ahead.
Okay, web application. For me, they're a bit similar because every content on the web of a particular product is actually on the internet, on the site. But when we say app, web app, let's say app is what we like an application we install in our phone, maybe our gadgets, in order for us to be able to access the site or to get the product from the site. That's what me I understand. The app is just like an it's application we install. It's a product we install to get access to the site. Thank you.
Okay. Any other person want to try before I respond?
Hello, just want to
Yes,
give
go
you a
ahead.
try. Yes, so just to add to what he said with the app, I think everybody can have the app installed on the phone. It's like a shortcut to the website. But whereby you don't have the app, you have to go through the normal typing just to get you to the site. But if you have the app, that is a web app on your phone, it's like a shortcut getting to the site.
Okay. We are somehow correct, but there are a few lapses, which is the basic thing, and I will clarify. A website is simply a platform to display information. It's just an information page. So we offer this service, we offer this service, this is our address, this is our culture, this is our management, and so on and so forth. That's all. Nothing else is happening. It's just information. But when you have a website whereby you can complete tasks, for example, you can apply for something, you can buy something, you can request for something, you can register, you can log in, you have your own user profile, then it becomes a web app because there are tasks and things that are being done on that platform. Just like you are saying that you have your apps on your phone. The apps you have on your phone is not just for information. There are things that there is a purpose for the app, maybe to transfer money, maybe to create something, maybe to chat like your WhatsApp, maybe to send message, maybe to watch video, maybe to play music. That's what makes it an app. There is a task that the app has been designed for. The same way a web app works. A web app works exactly like your app will work. It has a series of tasks that it has been designed to carry out. However, it is available via a web address. So maybe you go to www.javj.com or javj.ng for you to access that page and complete a series of tasks. Maybe you want to book a training appointment, you want to register for a boot camp, a fitness boot camp, or you want to register for a therapy session, right? And you're able to carry out that process on that website. That's what makes it a web app. But a plain website is just for information, it's static. It's just what? Oh, we do this, we do this, we do this, we do this. If you want to book for a therapy session, call this number or reach out to us on WhatsApp. That's the website because you are not doing anything on the platform. You are basically consuming information. Do we get the difference now, or should I go over it again? Hello?
Yes, I understood. I already understand, sir.
Yeah.
Understood. Right. So why I had asked that is this: if you're creating a website, you might necessarily not need an admin dashboard, except for maybe managing content on your website. But if you have a web app where a series of tasks is being completed, a series of requests is being completed by users of your platform, then you need what you call an admin dashboard to be able to manage those things, right? That's what I was trying to explain when I said, okay, now you have a voice agent on your platform. How will you be able to manage and take advantage of what conversations happen with your voice agent, right? So it's not just, it doesn't apply to only voice agents. As long as your web app or your platform has a series of tasks that users are able to use or users are able to carry out, you need an admin dashboard to be able to manage it. Else, every time you want to do something, you have to come back to the AI agent prompting interface here to tell it to change something, right? Before we go, let me give an example for it. Now, So now we have, let me move this here. This is the JFJ homepage, right? We have 3 services: fitness training, fitness therapy, and view. No, not even that. Let me come to, where is that our booking? Okay, this place. Okay, so we have fitness training, fitness therapy, and boot camp programs, right? 3 services. That's fine. Let's say tomorrow, JFJ decides to add, let's say,
Dance.
or whatever, let's say dance class, right?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand? But it's not, I'm saying this because when you are creating solutions for customers, that is what they want to see. So let's say this platform we are creating at JFJ is not for Johnson, who is the owner of the business, right? Let's say it's for a customer. We now create it. Then tomorrow, and it's a one-off thing. The customer says, just create this platform for me. I pay you for it. Everybody goes. Do you understand? The customer would expect that after you have been paid for your services, they are able to have some level of admin rights to do things on their platform. Now,
Yes.
if I want to add, let's say, dance class to this list of services, okay, because I'm the developer that create the platform, I will come to my lovely admin page and prompt for that service to be added.
Yes.
Right. But let's say in the future is the owner of the business that want to add that service, right? Then there should be a place they will go to that they will be able to add that service without changing the code of your operation. And that's where your admin dashboard comes in. What the admin dashboard does is it controls everything that happens on your platform. So we can create a module on the admin dashboard called services. And all the list of services that you have on that place is what will show on the front end. So this is the front end and that's the back end, right? So if I
Yes.
delete a service from that admin dashboard, it will automatically delete here. It will not show here again. Okay. If I
Yes.
add a service, it will automatically add here. Are we on the same page?
Yes, sir.
All right. So I'm going to go back and we are going to do just that. But before that, let's test that our AI agent now uses now I'll stop using Pidgin English. So I'm going to hide floating charts, close this. So I'm going to click this. Hello, good afternoon.
Hey there, welcome to JFTJ Fitness Center. I'm here to help you stay motivated and reach your fitness goals today. What can I do for you?
So you see now, it's not saying alpha again. It's not PhD now. It's English and it's professional. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
All right. So let's pause on this for now. So now let's update our let's train our AI to understand JavaJ services. So I'm going to prompt. In addition to the information available on the app about JavaJ services, update the AI. Please note the way I'm putting it. The AI, the voice agents memory to include the below. Then I'll paste what we have. Remember again, we are talking about knowledge base in training your AI. Now, because your AI is about it can access the internet, right? And get information about fitness training, fitness therapy, and boot camps and stuff. So it can provide the general information. But we doing this now is what we are doing. What we are doing is that we are able to train the AI agent to respond specifically based on what JAVJ offers. That is what knowledge base is. So like I was saying at the beginning, it's like sending a child to school to learn a skill. So you can ask that child a question about what they have learned. The same thing where if we leave it open, it will be general. But we need to train the agent so it's able to provide a response based on the service that JAVJ platform offers. So again, we always use the chat button so we can have a plan and review it, right? Then I click send. Okay, so any questions so far? Any questions so far?
Not really, sir.
No. Another thing that we need to add to our agent, remember, like we said, it's like you are training an individual, just like you are training a customer service representative to do something. Okay? Are we together?
Yes, we're ready.
The first thing is you need to create a response rule. A response rule is in the sense that now you have an agent. Then you need to teach your agent how it should talk, how it should respond. Do you understand what I'm saying? For example, now you see that the way the AI agent is responding now is quite fast. Let's do an example. Highlight the services offered by JAVJ.
Hey there, I am so glad to hear you're interested in what we offer here at JAFTJ Fitness Center. Whether you're looking for personal training, recovery massages, or one of our intense boot camps, we have everything you need to reach your goals. Which of our services caught your eye the most?
Now you see that the tempo of the response is not human-like yet. Hello?
Yes.
You see that it's quite fast. It's trying to follow the punctuation marks, but it's not as if you're still talking to a person. It still sounds like a machine because it's quite fast. Do you understand? So that's why it's important that we give a response rule. And part of what we are going to add to that response rule is the tone. Number one, please note, the tone of response, the speed of response, and the persona of the response. I'll come again. The tone of the response, the speed of the response, and the persona. So I'm going to do this. Let's come here. So let's review the response that we have before. So he has, say, voice agent will now answer more detailed questions about service types, better understanding of JASD mission, and so on and so forth. So let's implement this, right? So I'll then come here and say, update the response rule to include the following. One, so let's use the basic ones that we have. Copy that, put it here. So let me drop that in our chat as well. Response rule sound for voice agents. I've also dropped it in our chat for you to be able to reference. Now it has updated the memory. So now let's go back to it. So we said, be encouraging and positive, keep spoken responses short and clear. Now I'm going to add something and say, the pace of response is a bit fast. Reduce it such that it appears conversational as with a human. Now, then update the percent to that of a female African American. So I want the voice, I want another type of voice. Is to slow it down, let it be more conversational and so on and so forth. Now, contact of staff for booking and special concerns. Now, in this case, you then provide, if somebody asks a question that the AI agent cannot answer and he wants to recommend that you speak to a human or a customer service agent, right? You then provide maybe an email or a phone number, all right? So I would then say info@j.com.ng or call 080-123-123-11. Or let me just 123, 123. I'm just using an arbitrary number. And always refine this afterwards. Are we together? Then I use the chat option as before, then I send. All right. So you see the chronology of the process that we are following. We are treating it as if you are teaching a physical staff that this is the way I want you to work. You know, remember, if you employ a new staff, you tell the staff, you do what you call onboarding for the staff. Onboarding in the sense that you tell them about the company, they get the job description, they get the time they are supposed to resume, they get working tools. The same way, because this is acting as your online customer service officer. So when you are sleeping, you have something that is working as your customer service officer and be able to respond, right? So you have to teach it the way you want it to respond, the way you want it to act. So whatever response you get is not out of line with what your policy is as a business. Are we together? So we have a plan for that. So let's go. So it will update the personality to warm, welcoming, enthusiastic about fitness, be encouraging, speak with warm care, motivating, professional, speaking clear. Always begin with take. Then the new response, keep response short and clear. Don't provide medical advice. Suggest so and so and so, phone number, email, be conversational and relaxed. So we implement. All right. So we'll test again after that. So let's go back to our slides and go forward. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, this is the technical setup. I just put it here so you can understand, even if your AI is working at the back end to create your AI agent for you. This is what is actually happening, right? The first thing is the setup, the Lovable platform has added an audio input microphone to your AI agents, right? So it's able to hear speech. That is what this blue button is for. The next thing is you gave it a label, ensure that permission is enabled. Then it has connected it to a user to a speech to text, what's it called? Speak to text interface. Now, what happens? You realize that whatever you say by words, you see that it is still typed out. Then the AI voice agent responds by a voice as well, but still types that response because that's best practice. Another feature that we are going to, if this is a working platform that we can add, is at the end of chatting with the AI agent and you click this close button, you can send whatever the conversation that has happened to the user that has had that conversation, maybe via email or something. And we'll even do something now. Before you chat with the agents, we'll ask the user to input their name and their email. So we are able to send what you call a transcript of the conversation that they have had. Even if you are using ChatGPT voice conversation, at the end of during your conversation, you'll see that whatever ChatGPT gives back to you as a response, it will still be typed out and you can still see it in your history. Are we together?
Yes.
All right. Give me a minute. Let me take this. All right. So as I was saying, so it has updated, right? So let's try and test it. So I'm going to close this and create a new input, right? Let me hide this. Hide floating charts. I am interested in the, so I made a mistake.
Hey there. That is wonderful to hear, and I'm so excited to help you get started on your fitness journey. Would you like to try a personal training session for 15,000 Nigerian Nairas, or are you interested in joining one of our high-energy boot camps?
Let me now respond and say, I am interested in the boot camp.
Hey there. That is a fantastic choice, as our boot camps are high energy and a great way to see results quickly. We have several options starting in February, like our 4-week transformation challenge or the Weekend Warrior program. Which one of those sounds like the best fit for your schedule?
So you see the difference between the response now and the former voice that we have. This one is a bit slower, it's taking its time to respond, and it sounds a bit more human, even if it is not there yet, which we can still, refine further, right? Are we together?
Yes, sir.
All right. So there are two other things I want us to add before we close the session. The first thing is I want us to add a dashboard, an admin dashboard, which will be used to manage conversations that we have. And I want us to also set up such that when people want to chat with the AI agent, we should get their details first. That way you're able to tag it to somebody and you're able to follow up for customer engagement. So for example, now I've deleted that history, for example, right? If I open the chat interface now without the agent in the voice chat interface, without any information, I can talk to it directly. But I want it such that they will be able, you should provide at least your name and your email address. Phone number can be optional, but name and email address. So we are going to prompt that. So add an information gathering form to the voice agent such that the user has to provide full name and email address before chatting, right? So when they click the button, instead of just coming to the chat interface directly, they have to provide their name and their email address. So I come here, I click chat, and I send. Are we together?
Yes,
Yes,
together,
sir.
sir.
We're together.
So let me go back to our slide, why that is working at the background. Now, some of the improvements that we can make, which we have already done, but I mean, it's already here, is to speaking speed, we have covered that. Tone, we have covered that. Length of response, we have also covered that, which is very important. Remember, your AI agent is not an individual, it's a machine. So you have to train it in a way that it should respond, just like I have said. So it's important that we also guide the length of the response. If not, it can provide a response that can be a whole page on a particular subject. So we have been able to implement that already. Now, safety and fallback. This is very important in the sense that, remember, the user that is interacting with your AI, your voice agent, because your platform assumes that, oh, can answer anything. And when that user asks a question that the voice agent cannot answer, it is important for you to guide how it's going to respond so that it does not just hallucinate. Remember what we talked about in hallucination, that it does not provide a response that is either not true or that is not inaccurate, right? That's what safety and fallback is for. And that's what we did here, where we provided the information to say, you know what, when you ask a question that is not in the database or is not in the knowledge base, suggest the contact of the staff. And we did what? We provided an email address and we provided a phone number. So that way you are sure that, okay, even when somebody asks a question that is outside of the scope of your agent, right? They're able to get a direction that is professional. They will say, you know, for that question, contact this number or send an email to this. And all this, by the time we now create our admin dashboard, all this will be stored there. Now you see the importance of saying whatever solution you are creating, as long as there are tasks, there are processes, there are things that users are engaging with on your platform, it is important for you to have a dashboard to manage it, right? So let's check the plan for this. And implement. So when that's done, the next thing we are going to create is the admin dashboard. Then we'll bring today's class to an end. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. Now, why that is important, while that is going on, there are some mistakes that I feel I should point out so that we don't make it when we are doing these things on our own, right? Number one is you don't want to make your prompts too long when you are communicating with AI. So for example, now, all these requests that we are making to our AI engine that is building our platform for us, it is possible that we'll just copy everything into one prompt. It can be as long as 5 pages of prompts and just dump everything into the chat interface. The AI, it will understand it, it will implement it, but definitely it's going to get lost in some places. It's going to overlook some things. It's going to skip some things. It's going to implement some things and they will not work. So when you are prompting or you are vibe coding, which is what we are doing, we are not coding directly. We are only communicating with AI to write codes and create apps for us. When we are vibe coding for whatever platform, for whatever we are trying to create, it is always good to break your prompts into series of progressive processes or series of progressive prompts. Break it into little prompts. If you want to add a header to your app, for example, make it a single prompt. Don't mix the prompt that will create your header with the prompt that will create your voice agent. Don't mix the prompt that will create your service page with the prompt that will create your home page. Split it. That way, once it implements one of your prompts, you can test and see that it's working. Then you proceed to the next thing. You proceed to the next thing until you're able to build a fully functional platform. Because the mistake most people make is to assume that, okay, since it's AI, I'll just tell it everything I want to do at once, and I'll wait for it to do it to implement it at once. It doesn't work that way. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, good. The next thing is, which we have already covered at the beginning, is if you are creating a voice agent or any type, it can be a text agent, whatever AI agent that you are creating, always define the role. I want you to be able to address this, provide information on this. Don't just leave it open. Else, it's just going to be providing results to users that are not tailored to the service that you are rendering. Another thing is to allow responses to go on forever. You can keep providing response as if somebody is writing a book about a particular question. That's a different. This person is not researching the question. The person just wants information that is related to your service. So you have to guide it and allow it to provide response as if you are talking to a human based on what it knows about the platform. We have spoken about fallback responses. For whatever reason, if you are able to ask a question that your AI agent is not able to respond, there should be a professional response. Just like when you are chatting with ChatGPT or Gemini or Grok, whatever this general purpose AI that you decide to use, right? Let's say you don't ask it. Right now, because of ethical use and government policies in charge of artificial intelligence all over the world, right? Creation of uh, X-rated content with artificial intelligence right now is prohibited, all right? Let's say, or violence-related content. Let's say, for example, you go to ChatGPT and you say, create a plan for me to bomb the president's office in Nigeria. It is not going to work because that is not ethical. Are we together? Hello?
Yes, sir.
It is not going to work because it's not ethical. It's as if you are a terrorist. Now,
Mm.
so there is a case right now. You can Google it. If I get the link, I will share it on the group. And the case is between a user and Grok. Grok is another generative AI platform. You can use it for research and you can also use it for content, where the user is able to replace the face of a person and put it on another person's body. And it was in an explicit content. And Grok they got sued for that, for that incident. The case is still in court anyways, right? Now, Grok has their own response. Even if the response they did is that, okay, if you want to swap faces, you have to have a paid account. That means they will have verified your identity and they're able to trace whoever is doing this and doing that, not a free account. For me, that doesn't, address it totally, but at least there is some level of control, right? So that's what we talk about fallback responses. So nobody will go and use your AI agents to go and get information that is wrong. Then they will come back to you and say, oh, you are the one that created this AI agent, and you have a court case on your hand that you are not able to handle. Are we together? Are we
Yes, sir.
together? All right. So let's get back to, so it has done that for us now. So let's now click and see if it works. So we click this. So you see now, it's not proceeding directly to the chat interface. It's asking for name. So I'm going to put it John Doe, email address John Doe at xyz.com. Then I click chat, then it opens. Without providing that information, people are not going to be able to use that option. What that does is you're able to track conversation to users. You're able to track who is using what, who is using this, who is using that. Now you can see, you can welcome me directly and say, hi, John, type the mic or type a message, right? Now, let's now create a dashboard for us to be able to manage. Because of time, we'll just create the dashboard to manage the conversations that happen on the on the chat platform. Next week will be our last class, right? So we'll do a revision of everything we have learned. Then we'll
Okay.
also complete this as well. After that, anyone that wants to do a further advanced class can have a conversation with us on the platform, and we'll be able to fashion
Oh,
some. All right? Are we together?
yeah, we are.
All right. So now we are going to create an admin dashboard to manage conversations that happen on voice assistants. I'm going to click chat and send. Are we together? So any questions so far? Question, feedback? Or is there any aspect of this session today that has not been clear so I can clarify? Any question?
I wanted to ask this chat you click, share it because of to store history.
Your voice is cracking. You said what?
Okay, before you sent this, the current prompt you just sent now, you just typed in now. You first click the chat before sending. So I'm asking, is it for the purpose of reference want to get back to the, or is it what's the main purpose of clicking that chat first?
Oh, so who is asking? Is that Johnson?
Just Godwin.
Okay, Godwin. Oh, okay. I think you've missed some of our classes where we have addressed that. So I've just asked why we are using what's it called? Why we are using the chat option is this exactly what it has just done. Now let me go back to the previous prompts that we have. So what was my prompt? My prompt was add an information gathering form to voice agents such that the user has to provide full name and email address before chatting, right? I can send this prompt directly without using the chat option. What will then happen is the AI platform will go ahead to implement that without any plan and make mistake. It can even hallucinate. Instead of working on the voice assistant, it can go to the home page and change something that I didn't ask it to change. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
And as well also do exactly what I asked it to do. But when you use the chat option, what it will do is it will analyze what you have asked, create a plan for it to implement what you have prompted, right? Which is what it has done here. They do then tell you to review that plan and approve it. So if you are okay with it, you approve it. If you are not okay with it, you tell it that edit this part of your plan and update it. It will update it again and give you a new plan, right? At the end of the day, you are fine. Then you now click implement. That's when it will now create what you want it to create. But without that, it will just go ahead and create it on its own. Either it is wrong, either there is mistake, either there is no mistake, without specific guidance or plan for you to review. Then you then go back and start changing what you're not supposed to change. But if you use the chat option, it will create a plan for you, just like what it did now. We will then review it. Okay, is this what we want? This, conversation record, AI response, and so on and so forth. It will create it. We'll say, okay, it will create a database for it. We're able to see it. We like it. We don't like it. If I don't like any parts here, I can change the plan. For example, now, I can say that edit the plan to include this. The admin dashboard should follow the color theme of the J logo and have side menu or modules. What this means is the menu for the admin page to be on the side. I can click it instead of at the top. It's not part of this plan. I'm just using it as an example to tell you that this plan that it has created, I can update it. So I will send this. It will now add what I have just add it to that plan. Then I will now implement it. Do you see the difference between just chatting that, just sending the prompt directly and chatting using the chat option? All
Get it
right.
now.
So that's basically it. All right. So now the brand color navy blue, coral magenta. I've given this sidebar, so it will create all that, then give me an updated plan. So I don't bore you. I'm going to go straight down to the bottom. So now you see, it's giving me a layout of the admin dashboard. If I didn't use the chat option, right, it is just going to go ahead and create it. I won't know what it looks like. Now it's giving me a visual layout. So if this is the admin dashboard, on the side, I will have the dashboard, I will have booking, I will have enrollment, I will have schedule, I will have conversation, I will have saving settings, I will have sign-ups. Are we together? So I can see what it is going to look like. If I don't like this, I can tell you to change something. Do you understand? Then I can then click implement plan. So you can see the difference between that and just sending your prompt directly for Lovable to implement, right? So that's the last thing we are doing for today. So I'm just going to wait for this to implement so we can see what we have created. So next week, in addition to our revision class, we'll also do some vital, we'll do have a session into how we should secure our dashboard. Because one of the main things that happens with vibe-coded apps is that it is very vulnerable to attack. And whoever is hacking your app is not interested in your front end. Your front end is basically just information, right? Because like I said, what people do is they will just vibe code. Oh, create this, it will look so nice. But because they are not coders, they don't know that there is security, there is backend, there is authentication, there is rate limits. There are so many things that goes into protecting your app and the backend. So we'll try and cover that during our next class. Then we'll give a project to everybody. And then that'll be the end of the report. And we'll begin another round of training. And this was anybody that wants to do advanced training can also enroll for that. Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So any questions so far while we wait for this to implement?
None for now.
Sir,
Any question?
hello, sir.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Yeah, what I want to actually ask is like last
That's
week,
Johnson, right?
yes, Johnson, yes. I remember we talking about having email or maybe message to the back end. But why I'm taking it slow is because I want to see at least let us finish. Then I'll be able to walk down with you. But I don't know if it's possible. Are you giving it out now, or we are getting it? I'll get it at the end of the class, or the whole class.
No, the whole class at the end of the whole class, because it's our case study for the session. So once we finish the class, we'll hand over your project to you because it's your brand name. Even if you have it, at least that's part of what you gain from joining the session.
Oh, thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome. So at the end of the class today, so remember there's something we've done. All the things we created today, we've not published. That means the link we shared last week, all this new information will not be there. So you click publish, we click update, and we publish, so it's active, right? So I'm going to drop the link in our chat box. Johnson, so at the end of the class, just like we did last week, we can share the link and ask members of the group to test the voice agents that we created today.
Yes, sir.
But you need to tell them where to go to on the app to use the voice agents, right? So I'll send the link. All right. So to use the voice agent, you have to click this microphone button that shows here. So, there is one other thing that I want to point out why we are doing this. So the interface we are seeing now, this is what users will see when they are accessing your platform from a computer, a laptop, a desktop. But what happens when they are accessing the platform from their mobile phone? You know, mobile interface requires optimization. It is smaller. So for you to see what your app will look like on your mobile phone, you will click this button here. You click it once, it will show you what your app will look like if the person is accessing it on a tab.
Okay.
Click it again, it will show you what the person will see if they are accessing it on a mobile phone.
Okay.
Let me hide this and close this and refresh this. So this is what they will see when they're on the, you will see that the interface is different. This is what you see when you're on your laptop. This is what you see when you're on your phone. So why this is important, you have to always check this, is that some things that you implement, by the time you check the mobile interface, it will cut off. For example, this learn more now, for example, might have been here and it will show complete. Then you have to prompt further. And the prompt is very simple. You just say optimize so for mobile view. That's all. Once you say that, the system will compress that portion of it for it to show. So let's scroll down and see if there is anything that looks cut off. For now, this experience bar, this experience transformation and flexibility and wellness, you'll see that on the mobile screen, you have to scroll for you to see it, right?
Yes.
Flexibility is cut off. So what I would do is I will prompt further to say optimize the mobile view such that, then I'll copy whatever the text is, so you're able to understand what I'm saying. Or let me just type it out. Experience transformation and flexibility and wellness. Below home page hero section is visible without. This does not involve much. I'm not going to use chat. I'm just going to send. So it's going to implement it. For those that were not part of that class, when we did our UI UX training, when you talk about hero section, your hero section is this badge section, the first badge section on your website or your web app. that provides a generalized information about your platform. It can be an image, it can be a video, it can be anything. So in this case, zero section is this portion where you have fitness people in the gym, and you have this unleash your potential fitness in Lagos. That's your hero section. It's usually the first part of your app or your website. Sometimes there are no image, it's just text there. So that's the hero section. Right?
Yes,
So
sir.
let's
Okay, can I ask a question again, sir?
please go ahead.
On the hero section you talk about, the picture there is not actually like my own picture, or maybe like a workout section picture. So
Mhm.
explanation now, if I prompt using my own image, just like what you did last, using my own image, attaching like on the attach button you have on the chat bot,
Exactly.
will it appear on the hero section?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We can just do an example. So let's look for, let's say, fitness training. Let's just search for another come to images. Let's say I want to use so another thing is for copyright plus for copyright purposes, if you are using images on your platform or video, make sure that the image you are using, you have the right to use it. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Don't use images of people that you see online and their content is not there. So if you want to use images that are royalty free, we call it royalty free images. You go to this platform called Unsplash. I'm going to put it on our chat for royalty free images. If you go there and search based on whatever you're looking for, you're going to see images that are free to you, right? So you just click and download. Let's say I'm using this now. So I'll click download and save it. So pictures that are posted here, they are royalty-free images. That's why the content creator posted it here. They are images that you can use and you already have consent to use it. So they are not images that somebody will come tomorrow and say, you use my image without my consent. So let's say that's what I want to use, for example. So I'll come here, I will attach, then I'll prompt and say, replace the hero section image with the attached. The same thing you would do if there was any part of your app that has an image, or you want to insert an image into any part of your app. I think the network, okay. And you just send. Okay. So we've not checked the dashboard, right? So the other thing, if you want to check all the pages or sections of your app that has been created, you just click the button that is here, this middle button, and the drop down will show you all the pages that has been created. So you have service, training, therapy, and so on and so forth. But what I'm interested in is the admin page that we just created. So I'm going to click that. Okay. So
Yes.
another thing with the admin page is that it requires authentication. Remember, it is supposed to be accessed not by everybody using the platform, but by people that has sign-in or admin privileges to use it. Remember? Right?
Yes.
And we have not created authentication for this app. So we are not able to use the admin page. We need to create authentication. Yeah, so we'll add that to part of what we are going to do next month, because next week rather, because we have already exhausted our time. So let's take a look at the plan for the image. That's fine. I click implement plan. Then let's see if it shows on your hero section. Not. Any other question?
No, not really.
Ali, what happened today? You didn't join us on time. Ali. All right. So you see now that the hero section image has been changed to the one we downloaded. Johnson.
Yes, I can
All
provide.
right. So if you have your own image that you want to use, just go ahead. All right. So that will bring us to the end of today's class. If you have any questions, you can always drop it on our group, or reach out to me personally, and I'll be able to attend to this. If there are questions, I will take it. If not, we'll bring today's class to an end.
I want to ask one close.
Go ahead, please.
So this hero section we just changed now.
Your network is actually breaking, so I can't hear you clearly. You might,
Okay, can you get me now?
Yes, I can.
So I'm saying this hero section we just worked on. What I'm saying, this Jeff J platform, can everybody access? Like, if I want to go to the platform now, can I access it to make any changes, or just basically for this section?
No, I'm the one that has the admin rights now. You
Oh,
don't have access to make edits now, except I give you the right.
okay. No, that's what I want to confirm.
Yes. At the end of the academy, I will hand over the admin rights to you, since it's your project. Every project that we have created during this session, at the end of the academy, we'll hand over the admin rights to the person we created.
Oh,
Since it's their...
well noted.
All right. All right. Any question again? Any other question? Any other question?